Good afternoon. What if your body would be just like the ESCOM situation in South Africa today? We say we have got load shedding. What if your body also has a lot of load shedding that is in it? Let's just review how load shedding happens. Okay, there is a place that generates electricity. We call those the generation plants. And there is also the transmission that is also taking the electricity that is from the generation plants to the cities, and from the cities to the houses. What if our body was just like that? What if our gut was the generation plant where all the delivery of what is supposed to generate this energy is coming into our guts? And that is where we are going to talk about metabolic health today. Because in the same way as the plant, as it generates electricity, we need some coal that will go to feed that plant. In that same way, we do have our ingredients that are feeding the plant, which is our gut. And if you complain that there is corruption, there is no right coal that comes into the plant, and as a result, we have a load shedding. I'm saying to you that that is exactly happening in our body. The corruption that we claim or allege that is in the generation plants, we have much more corruption in our bodies today. And if I was to give a solution to the situation in the country, if the country was my body, I was going to give a solution of what is called the NRM, which is from APLGO, NRM, which stands for normal, because we have the normal ingredients that are supposed to go into the plant, which is our gut. And those ingredients, I will be sharing about them right now. And they bring our body to normalcy, whereby we are going to have the energy. Because when we talk about transmission, and all those cables that are transmitting from the plant into the cities, and from the cities into the houses, we also have a lot of those lines in our bodies in the form of our vessels that are transmitting into the eyes, into the toes, the longest distances. You say, no, this is a long distance. It happens just like that in our body. And I'm hoping that we are going to go through this together. And let me first show you the product before we go on. I'm going to pick up our camera, and I hope I'm going to do this nicely without losing the visuals. Let me pick up our camera and show you the product. This is the product. It is called NRM. And the product that we have, I want you to see the ingredients of this product. And these are the ingredients which I am going to be talking about them very soon. So that is our product. Now, if the load shedding problem could be sorted out correctly, we would need an NRM for the load shedding, which means we would be needing bringing some normalcy into our supply of energy. Right. Enough about me and enough about the load shedding. We are going into the product. The product is the NRM. Here is the product. Now, this is what happens to us. We have the before metabolism time, and we also have the during metabolism time, and we also have the after metabolism time. And these things, when they are going to happen, they are all waiting for us to start to bring some food in us. So what we are saying, we want to bring some normalcy to our, our behavior before metabolism. Now, these are the things that happen before metabolism. We have craving of food. For some people, this craving is not normal. And we need to bring it to normalcy. That is why we have NRM. And some people's hunger pangs are just too much. They are much more than the normal hunger pangs. Before we even start eating, we need to sort those things out. And some people, when they are hungry, they don't just desire food, they desire a lot of sugar. Now, for the craving of food, we have something that is supposed to be in any metabolism process. Let's check those purple arrows there. They are taking us let's see where they are taking us. They are taking us to something called Ganesia, Cambogia. Now, this is a natural plant, and this is what we are supposed to be eating all the time, together with whatever that we will be eating in order to normalize our digestion system. Now, the craving of food. Let's check what is the Ganesia Cambogia doing. Now, the Ganesia Cambogia, which is also part of the NRM, it's one of the ingredients there. It helps us, it helps us with weight management, appetite control. The main thing I want to go to, it reduces cravings. It reduces cravings, and also it decreases the sugar absorption in the intestines. Okay, no, that is too far. That is too far. But the important one is that it reduces craving and it reduces blood sugar. But that one also is still far. For now, let us say that it reduces craving. And as we look there in the desire for sugar, now that is very important. How can we make, some people have got sweet tooth. We need to solve this, and make sure that people don't have sweet tooth. And let's go down and see the desire for sugar. As we go down, let's see, we've got something called Gymna Silvestre. This is a Hindi meaning, which is of that product, which looks like a pumpkin down there in Indonesia, which simply means blocking the sugar. That's what it means, blocking the sugar. Now, we want to check this Gymna Silvestre. What is it doing? Let's go check in our notes what it is doing. The Gymna Silvestre. Let's go down and check what it is doing. Okay, all right. Now, this is a sugar destroyer. It's also a sweetness blocker. Now that's the meaning of the word from Hindi. Now, this one, it is controlling sugar craving. It also decreases the ability to taste sweetness. We have different tastes of sweetness. Some people are happy with a coffee without sugar. Others, they want 2. Others, they want 3. Others, they want 5. So we have different abilities to taste sweetness. Now, that is controlling that. So it is very important for that to be controlled. We are running out of time. So we have our cravings and our hunger pangs and our desire for sugar sorted by 2 products, which is the Gymna Silvestre as well as the, let's go down now, as well as the Ganesia Cambogia. So we are sorted now before metabolism. We don't have unnecessary hunger pangs. Let's see when we go now to during metabolism. Now, we know that during metabolism, there is one actor. Now, that actor is called insulin, because whatever that we eat, what is going to come in there mainly is going to be converted into sugar. Now, the insulin is controlling that sugar. That hormone called insulin is controlling that sugar. And we have already said that that sugar, we have Gymna Silvestre that is taking care of that sugar. We won't go there again. Now, during metabolism, we have the sugar, passing through the intestines. And as it passes through the intestines, where is it going? It's going to be picked up by the veins, which we said they're in electricity now. It is beginning to go for transmission. Now we need that Gymna Silvestre, which is going to control that sugar, and it is also used to combat diabetes, by the way. So it is going to control that sugar, and we are going to hear more even, after metabolism, what happens. But for now, that sugar is under control because the insulin is coming to control the sugar. But it so happens sometimes that we make our insulin to be so tired by bringing so much sugar to the point that it becomes numb and not being able to control that sugar. Thus, we have the three big enemies that are waiting for us after we eat. After we eat, the three big enemies that we always have obesity. It is waiting on the other side after metabolism. We always, these are metabolic sicknesses. We have cancer. Cancer is also a metabolic sickness, and we have diabetes. These are all, metabolic sicknesses. And after metabolism, we also have, our cognitive health out there. If we did not have a good food that we have metabolized, it's going to affect our cognitive health. We will have problems with stress. We will have problems with depression just because we picked up some food to eat. And after metabolism, we need something that is going to fight this, just as it did before metabolism and during metabolism. And here we have a lot of things. We even have heartburn after we have eaten our food, and we have cholesterol problems and heart disease. Now, this is the main map. This is where a lot of solutions are needed. Let us start with obesity. Let us begin with obesity. The problem that we are facing in obesity, whether it is genetical, whether it is because of the inability to convert the sugar in the right way, whether it is a lot of fat. But we also, again, have, if you notice there in obesity, we have Ganesia, Cambogia, that is helping us when it comes to obesity. I'm going to just stay in Ganesia, Cambogia, just to check how many things are sorted by Ganesia, Cambogia. Remember, the Ganesia, Cambogia, if we return to the Ganesia, Cambogia, let us just go quickly in the Ganesia, Cambogia. We said it is doing weight management, appetite control, and reducing the cravings. And it is also managing the metabolism, and it reduces blood sugar. It decreases sugar absorption into the intestines, and it decreases fat production. And that is Ganesia, Cambogia. Therefore, that obesity there, Ganesia, Cambogia is there to sort it out. We also have a problem of diabetes. In the issue of diabetes, sometimes it is because our insulin is no longer able to convert the sugar. Others have the low blood sugar, but the other diabetes, others have the high blood sugar. When there is a lot of sugar that is coming and the insulin is no longer able to do either lowering or whatever. Now, we also have the Ganesia, Cambogia to sort out the diabetes challenge that comes after we eat. And as we are busy after metabolism, you must remember there are these transmission vehicles. We've got our blood vessels that must transmit food. We've got the blood formation. We also have blood sugar. and we also have kidney. But now, since we are still talking about Ganesia Cambogia, the blood sugar, it depends again on that Ganesia Cambogia. As we have said there about the blood sugar, that it is controlling, it reduces the blood sugar for it not to go high. So that is all about the Ganesia Cambogia. And we said that we have got diabetes, cancer, and obesity. We also have heartburn as our challenge, and cholesterol. Maybe let us begin with cholesterol. Let us begin with cholesterol. I see I did not put anything in the heart disease. The cholesterol is sorted by another food substance which is called fenugreek seed. The fenugreek seed, let us just stay on the fenugreek seed for now, and let's see what the fenugreek seed is doing. Let us go check the fenugreek seed, what it is doing. Okay, the fenugreek seed, they say it is good for breast milk production. It also regulates diabetes. You will notice that most of our ingredients here are regulating diabetes, and it controls cholesterol level. It's very important. And it is also bringing increased libido in men. That is the fenugreek seed. And it assists in digestion. It eases menstrual cramps and promotes acne, free skin, and it improves our health. So that is the fenugreek seed. And let us check how many things. Okay, I didn't have time to put more things there, but that's what the fenugreek seed is doing in the area of, let me see, in the area of diabetes. Now, let us go to another metabolic situation that is a challenge, and that is cancer. Now, the first one in cancer that we see that it solves cancer. Let's go. The first one is balsam pear. Let's check the balsam pear. Now, that should be I think it should be a leaf. That should be a leaf. Let's see what balsam pear is doing. That should be a leaf. Let us just check what it is doing. That is one of the ingredients. Now the balsam pear, it's a fruit, or it's a fruit, sorry about that. Now this is good for diabetes, hyperglycemia, and high sugar level. When you have high sugar level, and people who are suffering from constant cold. Now it improves the appetite and digestion. Now this is very important here. It grows skin, but it fights cancer. Now that's very important. It fights cancer. I'm going to show you the other one that prevents cancer. But this one, it fights cancer, because cancer is also a metabolic disease. It fights it. Now those are very good news. I'm going to show you again the other one that is might not be fighting cancer, but I think this one is preventing cancer. Let's go up and check what is preventing cancer. The lychee. Let's check the lychee. What does the lychee do? Because I remember that the lychee, it prevents cancer, and that is part of the ingredients that are with us here. The lychee, let's check what the lychee is doing. Okay, let's check what the lychee is doing. Okay. But for now, we have said that the lychee is fighting cancer. Okay, I don't have the notes of the lychee here, but for now we know that the lychee is fighting cancer. That's one of the things that the lychee is doing. And if you notice the lychee, there are various things that the lychee is doing. Let's go check down the arrows there. Let's go check down the arrows. The lychee, yes, it fights cancer. And there are also other blue arrows there that see what the lychee is doing. The lychee is also regulating the blood vessels. The other thing that the lychee is doing, it's the formation of blood, which is very, very important. Now, that is what the lychee is doing in forming the blood. And in the blood vessels, the lychee is helping because sometimes the blood vessels, they rupture. And going back to the issue of electricity, we know that when there are those long distances of transmitting the electricity, we do have times when those cables are not able to carry that amount of voltage that is there. And also they fall down or explode, whatever. We have the same problem in the blood vessels. They do rupture. So the lychee is helping in the rupturing of the blood vessels. We are going to check the stress. Now, the stress, the cognitive health, and the depression, after we find ourselves in obesity and cancer, after we find ourselves facing all these challenges, we tend to have stress. And we are going to check what is helping in stress, the Siberian ginseng root. That root, it is helping with stress as well as with depression. Let us go check quickly what the Siberian ginseng root is doing. The ginseng is well known, of course, for people that they want to focus, people that want it. It's also able to adapt to situation. It helps you to adapt to situations of stress. When you have maybe a high stress occupation, it helps also with physical and mental stamina. It also helps with the immune system. It helps with the immune system and the respiratory support. So people that are full of action, that one is an energizer, and it makes us to face all the problems that are related to stress. And let us also check what other product is sorting the stress problem. These are all caused by eating, guys. Let's see here. We've got stress. We've got cognitive health. Okay, in cognitive health and depression. I will not bore you with all these, but what I want to say to you at the end of the day, especially to people with issues of diabetes, especially to people with high stress, people with heart diseases, as a result of these metabolic challenges, I will say to you today, if you want to control your blood sugar, if you want to make sure that you stay away from unnecessary cravings, the NRM is good for you. Even people that want to manage the weight. I don't want to talk much about the weight loss at the moment, because some problems of weight loss, they have to do with our eating habits. They also have to do with how we crave for sugar. So they are also issues that have to do. Sometimes you'll have to see some things like intermittent fasting. But for now, I'm saying to you, in our load shedding that is in our body, if I were to solve the problem of South Africa's load shedding today, if the South Africa was our body, I was going to give them NRM. In NRM, we fight, obesity, we fight cancer issues, we fight all the metabolic related issues. We fight them with NRM. I did not know that this video is going to be this long, but I hope that it helps you to see how important NRM is. And in closing, I will say to you, NRM is a product for metabolic health. Metabolic health. If you want to have your metabolic health restored, you are going to use NRM. I apologize, this was very long, but I'm glad that we came here. Let us consider the NRM. And this is where our video is going to end. What a long video, but I think it has assisted us to understand what the NRM is doing. Good luck as you are going to use NRM.